Good morning, guys. This is Minimi. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do appreciate all the subscribers. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. It'll help me get to 500 subscribers. I am very close, so thank you so much for that. Today what I'm gonna do is wish a happy new year to everybody. Along with that, I'm gonna share my build for my TR that a lot of you have been requesting. Not only am I gonna just share the build, but I'm gonna go above and beyond, give you all the little secrets that I know as far as being a TR, so I can maximize your fun experience in the game. Let's go ahead and jump in. Alright guys, so before we jump inside into the game, I thought I'd share a little bit of the outside in the area where I live. It is pretty chilly out today, so let's go ahead and flip the camera around. It's about 45 degrees today, so this is what it looks like outside. It's pretty chilly, not that cold, but you know, if you here long enough, you probably start to feel it. But this is the car that you guys probably already seen on the other videos, and this is the Benz that I usually do my recording inside when I'm leaving work or on my way to work. Alright, that's about it, guys. Thanks again so much for watching. Let's go ahead and jump in the video. Alright, so now that we're in the game, first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up my character so you guys can see what I have on right now. I don't have any enchantments at all, and the reason why is because they're all in my inventory. I just brought them back from my GF. I'll go ahead and put them in on the video so you guys can see which ones I'm selecting. But right now my power is around 15,000 and my armor pen is around 16,226, and the recovery is around 5,232. The reason why my armor pen is quite up there and I don't even have any enchantments in, one is if I go under my boons, which would be my guild boons, the guild I'm in, which is Black Lotus. The one I have activated, it says that it will give me between 1,000 to 8,000 armor pen. So right now, under rank 3, I'm getting about 4,000 armor pen from my guild and another 4,000 armor pen from my mount. Okay, so just those two right there equals up to 8,000 more armor pen. I really don't use this mount when I'm fighting in PvP. What I do is I use my snail because my recovery is a lot more important, okay? Or gaining action point gain, I mean, is a lot more important than my armor pen. Let's go ahead and open up again my character. So right now what we're gonna do is, first thing I want to get out of the way is my hat, okay, for my character. A lot of you had the question of how I can get this hat right here so I can make my character look like yours. If I put my mouse over my helmet, it tells you right here that it says dyed with custom dye, which is pretty much red and black, okay? And then also it's been transmuted to the lizard folk war mask. If you open up your auction house and you type in lizard and you go under the equipment, click on head, usable by me, hit the search button. Right now it looks like it's around 88,000, okay? And then it's going to cost you another 50,000 in order for you to change the look to this. So that's all for that right there. And then what we're going to do now is go ahead and kind of start putting in the enchantments in place. This is the perfect negation. Alright, it's only rank 10. I never got a chance to make that rank 12. The reason why is really, it's been working fine for me on rank 10, so really I haven't spent too much effort or time. Let's go ahead and put that in. What we're gonna do is get out of here because that guy's making too much noise, okay? Let's jump on top of this table right here. Alright, now that we got that in there, let's go ahead and pop in my main hand. What I have right now is the Fate Touch, rank 12, okay? For a TR, I rather prefer to have Perfect Whirlpool, and the reason why is because that does so much more damage when you do a shock and execution, okay? This also does good damage, but Perfect Whirlpool for a TR, I definitely prefer that instead of anything else. The reason why is because when you're invisible with your guy, every strike that you deal is critical strike, okay? In critical severity, it's huge when you have a lot of percentage on that. Let's go ahead and put that in. But this one works great with my GF. That's the reason why I have this, because I traded with somebody
I don't know who it was, but I traded my perfect Warple for the Fate Touch. Let's go ahead and punch this in. This one, what this does is it's a cruel enchantment rank 12. It gives me 420 power and recovery. Again, recovery on a TR is very, very important. This was going to keep you alive, you know, on a tough situations because you can continue doing those dailies quick. Alright, we got those 2 enchantments in. Let's go ahead and get 2 more. On the offense slot, what I'm going to do is add 1 more power. And on a defense slot, what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and add in a rank 11 dart, so that way I get lifesteal. So let's go ahead and put in some more. On the offense slot here, what I'm going to do, add more power. Again, this is rank 12. What that does, it gives you 700 power, okay? Go ahead and put that in. Now these are my double slotted rings, and what I have on them is power and recovery. Power and recovery, okay? The reason why is because, again, falling back to recovery is very important on a TR. A lot of you think that it's not, but I'm telling you right now that once you have a lot of recovery, you'll be doing those dailies really quick, okay? So I'll go ahead and put in another silvery, which gives me more recovery on the offense slot. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Another silvery, rank 9. I know I don't have all rank 12s, but this is what I have for now. So far our recovery is about 6,952. Now what we're gonna do is, let's see, we got more enchantments to put in. This is a offense slot. So it doesn't look like I have anything else but some rank 8s and 9s. So I'll go ahead and throw in some rank 9 just to make the power a little higher. That's fine. For the armor pen, I mean. So that brought us to 12,556. And the rest is going to be defense slots. We'll go ahead and put in some more lifesteal, a rank 9. Alright. Defense, rank 8. And let's see what else we have here left. Okay, some more rank 8s. Now, of course, it would be a lot better if you have rank 12s, or you have just defense in general. But this is what I have right now, and the reason why is what I have is because I've made some changes on my GF. So all the enchantments that I'm using, they're pretty good for my GF, so they're not as suitable now for my TR. Alright, so the only thing that we have left to put in is on utility slots, about 5. So basically, we'll go ahead and throw that in. And that's all we have. I have some more rank 12s on my GF, but I didn't bother taking them out, and the reason why is because we're not really concerned about my run speed right now. What we're concerned about is the build on my guy, and this one also gives me a little bit more recovery. The reason why I have not made it, you know, all the way legendary is because it gives you like 70 more recovery, which is not really going to make a huge difference. Now, what I usually do is I'll go under the auction house. Alright, that's what we want. It's the recovery. So it's called Tide Span. Let's go ahead and type that in. What I usually try to do is buy the 99 stacks. Well, we'll go ahead and buy this 50 stack. Look at that. It's just 157 AD. Again, this will go away if you die, so you're going to have to reuse it again. But the goal is not to really die. So there's no reason why you should spend 30,000 AD to get the one that lasts, you know, through death. That's maybe for somebody that dies a lot. With my TR, I really don't die, ever. Maybe if I make a mistake somewhere, but... Okay, so now that we got that, if I use this and use a little bit of this, now this one gives you 1,000 recovery. This one gives you 1,423 power. The power is based on how much power you already have. So the more power you have, the more power is going to increase it. And it's going to increase the recovery by 346. So now that we've used those, If you look at it, my recovery is 8,402. Okay. Um, the reason why I do daily so much, I'm gonna be posting another video on that. Okay, how to gain action point quick, and I'm gonna list that link in the right hand corner somewhere on my screen toward the end of this video. So we're not really gonna talk about that right now, but what we're gonna talk about is my build. Okay, let's just go ahead and bring that up. So we're gonna look at the feats. The first one that I've selected is the toughness. Okay, this is increasing your hit points. I know my hit points, yeah, it's about 111,000 right now. If I go under boons, the reason why it's 111,000 is because I've chosen the hit point boons from my guild. Okay, so that gives me quite some hit points there. So let's go back to the feats, and this one also increases it by 9%. This one right here gives me critical chance. I really don't care about critical chance. The reason why is because I stay stealth all the time, and every shot that I make, it's already critical, so I'm not really worried about it. What this one does, it increases your action point gain. I already have so much recovery and everything like that. I really don't need to have that all the way at 5. And then on the second step is your stamina regeneration. This one is very important. You want to have as much stamina as possible. The reason being is because you're going to be doing those rolls, trying to get away from certain situations, and you surely don't want to run out of stamina, okay? This one at the bottom, it says you deal 6% more damage for 6 seconds after leaving stealth, okay? We're going to be leaving stealth and back into stealth. That means you're doing an extra 6% more damage than what you would be doing without having this boon activated all the way to 3. The middle one is it restores 10% of your stealth meter when you dodge and roll. I mean, this is good to have it all the way at 5, okay, so that way you can go back into stealth as quick as possible. But the reason why I have it set at 3 is because I have the last one set at improved cunning, okay, sneak. This one says your stealth lasts about 20% longer. In my case, it's about 16% longer. So the longer I can stay in stealth, the more damage I can cause, because the most damage that's caused, it's done on stealth mode, okay? If you do a shocking execution outside of stealth, you're doing a fraction of the damage that you're going to be doing if you're in stealth. This one, it's good to have, but I don't have it. It says your encounter powers deal an additional 6% more damage. One moment, guys. Somebody's calling my phone. Hold on. Alright, where was I? Okay. So, it's good that if you have this set at 3, so you can get more damage out of your encounter powers. But again, you're going to end up giving up something else, okay? So, to me, it's more important to have this one right here, which is restores your stamina when you dodge and roll, and also stay in stealth a little longer, than have my encounter powers, deal more damage. The reason why is because we already have enough damage on this section over here. The first one, it says you're at 12 powers, deal 5% more damage when you're in stealth meter isn't full, okay? That's fine because sometimes my stealth meter isn't always full, so anything that gives me more damage, I'm all for it. This one says entering stealth reduces all your cooldowns by 10%. And let me tell you, this thing is absolutely amazing, okay? It helps a lot cool down your encounter powers. And it goes perfect with this one right here. It says activating a daily power reduces all your cooldowns by an additional 15% more. So you got 15 here, you got another 10 here. That's a total of 25% cooldown. Plus you have your intelligence here, it gives you another 2%, and then your recovery also gives you recharge speed increased 42%. Okay, that means your encounter powers, if you look at here, instead of being 6.9 seconds cooldown, it'll be a lot less. Okay, and then I've skipped this whole area right here. This one says your glooming cut. I don't use glooming cut. There's no need for me to waste my points there. This one says attacks from behind your target have. I don't need critical. Skip that. You ignore an additional of 10% of your target's armor, which is huge. That's like having more armor penetration. Your power rating increased by 10% more. Okay, That means whatever your power is, add another 10% on top of that. And as a TR, you're always behind your target all the time. I mean, that is your goal, is to get behind your target so you can do more damage. And then I've chosen the two last ones. It says while you're in stealth, you deal up to an additional 25% more damage. This bonus diminishes all your stealth meter drain. So basically what this means is that when your stealth meter is full, you do 25% damage. As your stealth meter goes down, the damage goes down with it, okay? So at least you get a really good hit when it's full. Like when you do a shotgun execution, your stealth meter is full, okay? Your goal is to do a shotgun execution when you just went into stealth, so you can get the maximum damage. That's how you get those one shot, one kill. Now we have, when you deal damage from stealth, you deal an additional of 100% of your weapon damage as a piercing damage. Piercing damage cannot be deflected or ignored, and it ignores the armor. I mean, that's amazing right there, okay? And then the last one is, this one is the reason why I chose Saboteur. Every 15 seconds, when you hit somebody with your encounter power, it puts you back in stealth, okay? And your goal as a TR is to stay in stealth at all times. Therefore, you'd be doing the maximum damage that you possibly can do. I skipped this whole section right here. What I've chosen is this one right here. It says increase your critical severity. Now, if you already have the Vorpal, you get a 50% critical severity. This one gives you an additional 15 more percent, okay? That's 65 right there. When you deal damage, your target takes about 5% more damage from you for 6 seconds. This effect cannot stack. That's fine if it doesn't stack. That means that every time you're doing damage, you're dealing more damage for 6 seconds. Once that 6 seconds is over, it starts all over again, okay? It just won't stack. So this is it for this screen right here under my boons. Very first one, okay, is I gain more defense. Let me take a look at my character. So I got about 3,879 defense and deflect. Usually when I go in PvP, what I do is I choose my defense boon. So now you notice that my defense went up to 9,000, okay? My hit points are not that much, but my defense is up there. That means I'm not being so squishy in PvP. So back to the boon. So I've chosen defense. I mean, for your taste, you can go ahead and choose the power if you want to. That's fine. And then I don't need critical strike again, guys, because the guy does. You do critical strike all the time when you're in stealth. So therefore, I chose deflect. And you also gain action point 3 times faster on this one. So I already have. I need more action point basically. This one is when being struck by a foe, you have a chance to heal yourself for 20,000 hit points. This actually works. I seen it pop up all the time. When I'm being hit, it just, bang, fills my health back up, okay? And the last one is your stamina regenerates 10 times faster. I didn't go with this one. Nowadays, on this new mod, everybody has like 115,000, 150,000 hit points. What is 3,000 damage to your attacker going to do? Okay, absolutely nothing. So this boon right here on this new mod is absolutely useless. It was good back in the day when everybody had 20,000 hit points. Okay, now it's a joke. So your stamina would be a lot better than trying to do damage on your deflect. And besides, my deflect is only like 1,464. Not really going to, kick in. For the second, which would be the Dread Ring, I've chosen Power in Movement. I skipped the critical, okay, I don't need that. This one I gain Lifesteal. I really don't worry about regeneration. I've chosen you gain Deflect chance. I think what I should have done is actually went with the Ignore Resistance better. And then also when dealing damage, this one, what I've noticed is if you click this one, this only works if you like jump off an edge somewhere and you fall down. It brings your health back by 20,000 hit points. But if the enemy is hitting you, it really doesn't do anything. So I'd rather pick this one when it says when dealing damage, you have a chance to deal up to 20,000, okay, more damage And then also receives 25% less healing from spells for 10 seconds. The enemy does. And then the third one is when you steal health from your lifesteal stat, it has a chance to steal 3 times as much. Now we're gonna go in Icewind Dale. This one, it says you gain 400 AoE resistance. Maybe I should have went with a combat advantage, because you'll end up doing more damage. I mean, that would be a preferred choice between what you want to choose. It's really hard to say, you know. You gain 400 stamina. That's the one I picked. I really don't need incoming healing. This one, it says you gain 400 recovery. Again, recovery a must-have, so I will pick recovery over anything else. Critical surety. I mean, what is 2% going to do? You know, change the world. You gain up to 2,000 power based on how much stamina. You're always rolling, you're always dodging, your stamina may be running low, giving you an extra 2,000 more power. Definitely, I'll choose that over the cold shoulder, whatever that does. Not really worried about it. And then the last boon that I've chosen is this one right here. It says chance when healed, you gain up to 3,000 damage bonus on your next attack. I don't even know why I've chosen that, honestly. I think this build was made to just kind of like try things out. What I would choose if I was you, on the other hand, is chance to gain bonus 10% action points when killing a target. Okay, this is gonna help you a lot, especially if you fight in a group of people and there's a squishy guy in there. Okay, and you kill him first. That's gonna give you that daily, so you can have it for your next attack. This one I have not activated yet, if you guys noticed, but because I have not been playing with my TR, I've been playing with my GF. On my GF, I have every single one of them unlocked. But what I would have chosen for this section right here, for the Underdark campaign, is the power and 1,600 hit points. I would have chosen the lifesteal and then 1,600 hit points. And then I would have chosen combat advantage damage bonus, okay? And on the last one, what I would have chosen is you now regenerate stamina 5% faster. Stamina is important, your recovery is important, your power is important, your action point gain is important as a TR. Alright, Tyranny of Dragons. On this one right here, it says it will grant you 400 power. That's the one I went with, instead of hit points. And then I chose deflect. Again, I don't need critical strike. I've chosen defense instead of armor pen. This one depends on you. If you don't have a lot of armor pen, then this would be a good choice for you. So that way you can try to get your armor pen as you know, a little higher. I already have enough armor pen. I really don't need any more. So I chose the defense. And then this one, it says grant you another 400 lifesteal. This one I've chosen, it increases my lifesteal for 3%, which again, every time I'm doing damage, it's regenerating my hit points. Very important. Now if you want to cause a lot of damage, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that video specifically how to make the maximum damage, and I'll put that link at the very end of the video, okay, along with the other link, which would be how to gain action points really fast. Let's go ahead and click on PvP. On this one, I've chosen you gain 250 defense and 250 deflect. What I really should have won is with power instead, okay, so that way I can gain more power. And then I've also chosen this one. It says players who strike you grants you 400 power for 8 seconds. So if you're fighting a bunch of people and they're all hitting you, you know, that can get your power up to 2,000 extra. And then I also chose the last one. You gain 400 power and recovery. Again, recovery very important. If my recovery is already 8,400 here, another 400, you know, once I go in PvP and they're striking me, I mean, that's almost close to 9,000. So let's go ahead and go back to the boons. And then for the stronghold guild boons, I have this one activated. It decreases the stamina drain. I have what I use in PvP is this one. Increases the healing from healing potions. Okay, between 66% and 48. And then I also choose the armor pen over here, along with the increased defense. Okay, that's all there is right now for all my boons and my feats. Okay, and then under my powers, mostly what I use is the Dazing Strike, impossible to catch, and the Smoke Bomb. I mean, sometimes I do use the Shadow Strike, and then also sometimes I do use other things like Slashing Blade. This one barely, you know, even though it does a lot of damage, some reason in PvP it really doesn't do that much damage. And then the Bloodbath, I use that a lot, or the Lucre's Assault. Okay. Now for my personals, okay, what I usually use a lot is, well, most of the time when I'm PvPing, Invisible Infiltrator. Okay. The reason why I use that is because the stat says when you use a daily power, your stealth meter is refilled for 5 seconds. Afterwards, your damage is increased by an additional 5%. So another 5, another 5, another 5. That's an additional 20% more damage for 5 seconds, and it puts you back in stealth. Plus, you got your feats here. This also puts you back in stealth. And then your goal as a TR is to always stay in stealth. And then also this one keeps you a little longer in stealth. Okay, so alright guys, I think that's all there is for this video as far as my boons are concerned and as far as my feats are concerned. Again, you can personalize it yourself, make it your own, but I think I've given you, I hope I've given you a little bit of an idea of, you know, what route to take, and hopefully this works out for you, and then you get you get to have more fun in PvP. Okay, so you become more stronger and deal more damage. But under my powers, yeah, these are the things that I have activated. Sometimes I'll just throw something here and there, you know, just to mess around, but the most of the time what I use is the Duel's Flurry, okay, and then my Cloud of Steel, my Dazing Strike, Impossible to Catch, my Smoke Bomb, and then I use the this one always on PvP, always. For the second personal, I mean, I switch this sometimes with the Skillful Infiltrator. Sometimes I'll switch it with Sneak Attack, and then sometimes I'll switch it with other things like this, for example, to gain more action point, which I really don't need this anymore, but just to be annoying, you know, and just get dailies every 3 seconds, I'll use that and put somebody in the Courage Breaker, and just keep them there, you know, not to kill them, but just to piss them off and be, you know, troll. Alright guys, thanks so much again, so much for watching this video. This is Mini-Me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you do. I'll continue making the other videos as I promised about how to gain action point fast. I'm also going to talk about how to do the maximum damage. I'm going to get away from there, it's too much noise. Oh, look at the pumpkin head. I'll go ahead and accept. And how to gain action points fast. Alright guys, peace out. Thanks for watching this video.